Hello, Stars. My name is Blue. We're starting off on a good note. Hello, Stars. My name is Blue, and today we are lost in Homestuck Epilogue. Meet Chapter 22. Goddamn, can't even get your own intro right. Good job. Okay, let's get into it. You've been drifting so long that you've lost the ability to objectively judge time or depth or distance. It's getting hard to think about yourself as an objectively limited being. The boundaries of your skin begins to thin and disappear. What makes an individual an individual? Is it the physical space we occupy? The electric sparks that sizzle through our brain flesh? If your perception expands beyond the meat sack of your body, then are you really an individual anymore? Why shouldn't we become gods? Why shouldn't we become one god? You scrunch up your nerdy face and furrow a brow. It seems you aren't enjoying this train of thought. Why am I even thinking about this bullshit? Sorry, dude. That's what's on my mind right now. I have a phenomenological debate in my third ear. That's way more popping than your little hero journey into the belly of a quarter-life crisis. Ugh! It turns out you don't have time to worry about the voice inside your head, because you hear one outside of it. At first, you don't think it's real. You think it must be an aural mirage. Then it calls you the fuck out. Yo, blue guy, get the shell down here. You whirl around upside down, look up, then down. There she is. She's clinging to a random server beacon, looking a little worse for wear, but still grinning. You float down to greet her. Thank God, I was beginning to think that no one else was alive. I'm not alive. Oh, right. Sorry. I'm glad to see you, is what I meant to say. Same, I fucking guess. She narrows her blank eyes, her mouth twists into a frown. Not quite a concentrated one, but close enough. You'll take it. I gotta say. What? Mina, no. Damn boy, you look like shit. Yeah, I know. I suffered a mortal wound and then I threw up on myself. Other than that, I'm okay though. Waterboat Lord English. He bite the bullet or what? Yeah, he's pretty fucking dead. Well, there's that at least. There is definitely that at least. You both stare at each other for a pretty long time and let it sink in. It's a hell of a fact, no doubt, but aside from reaching verbal agreement on certain basic points of fact, you both realize you're pretty much out of material. You were kind of hoping you'd discover a survivor you could have an actual conversation with. Not that you weren't glad to see Mina, but you don't know her, and she's not who you're really looking for. That reminds you. Hey, me-fish? Christ. Me-fish? No, I know that's not your name. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. It's Mina. Right, Mina. Have you, by any chance, seen Jade around? Who the fuck is Jade? This is without a doubt one of the worst conversations you've had in your many, many years. And you aren't just thinking that because I'm telling you you are. Well, she's... I don't know. I mean, really? You don't know Jade? Why the fuck you suppose I'm tight with some random ass hoe? Jade's like a big deal. I thought you were kind of important too. You didn't even know my name, dog. You've never been accused of having stellar people reading skills, but even you can tell the look on her face says it all right now. Wait a minute. Do you even know my name? This is a two-way street, you know. Nah, now what? So you don't know it? Like, joke something? No, it's John. Joke is my biological father. I mean, Jake. Jake is his name. God damn it. Halfway through this exchange, Mina pulls out a small clamshell accessory kit and begins to file her nails. She almost dislocates her jaw by yawning the moment you mention Jake. Alright, we're veering off course. Jade is my sister. I think she's still out there somewhere. Have you seen her? Nah, man. Your entire body deflates. This is going nowhere. Turns out me-fish is fucking useless. You decide to do her, as well as yourself, the favor of completely ruling out the possibility of eliciting any valuable information from this person. You exhale and let some stuff off your chest. And I just didn't expect everything to go to shit so fast. That's how the shit always goes. Yeah, I guess. So, never mind Jade. Have you seen, like, any other survivors? Like, anyone at all? Nope. I ain't moved from this floating hunger truck looking piece of shit since I got my bass kicked. My bass kicked. Fish puns, not music puns. Well, you're the first I've seen too. Oh. Here's another awkward silence. You spend most of it looking at your feet until something occurs to you. So what's your plan now? Plan? Yeah. You're just gonna hang around here. You're just gonna hang around here in the middle of nowhere, doing nothing, forever. That's what ghosts is most good at, ain't they? You don't have to stay here. I can take you back with me to my planet. I mean, after we're done looking for more survivors. Bino stares at you for an uncomfortably long time. She looks you up and down like she's making certain calculations. On the one hand, spinning infinity clinging to a fridge-like space computer circling a black hole sounds like a drag. On the other hand, with her coolness and street cred, will her coolness and street cred be able to survive any prolonged association with this dumb blue nerd? That's what she could be thinking, you think. You hope not, though, because it's true. It would hurt your self-esteem. She appears to make up her mind. Nah, why not? Okay, for one thing, genius, I'm dead. I won't last on your planet. I'll just, like, fade away or some shit. I don't know what happens to ghosts in real places, actually, but I'ma guess it goes something like that. Oh, yeah. Oops, I forget. Anyway, while you was floating there, I came up with my own plan. What is it? Come here. I'm gonna whisper it to you. Good reading. Okay. You lean rather courteously and bring your ear towards her cupped hand. Nerd. You pull back, unamused by the prank. What is this, you think? Fucking amateur hour? Real cute, you want to be my savior, blue boy. I keep getting her a country accent, and I'm sorry. But the fact is, you already helped me out. Got everything I need from you. See you around, sucker. She's laughing her ass off. Before you can react, she jams the button down on the beacon and opens up the server. She jumps into the hatch and the door snaps closed behind her. Oh shit, I think I know what happened. You might want to check your pockets. Wait a minute. You fruitlessly fumble around in your front hoodie pocket. Wait a fucking minute! Sure enough, it's missing. The ring of life you stole back from Arania has been restolen. Bitch just picked your pocket. You got played, man. Fuck! God damn it, Mina. I'm pretty sure we needed that or something. Why are you with Rose? What is going on? Why would you think something was going on? By which I mean, why would you automatically assume that what's going on has a sinister overtone? Did I say I suspected something sinister was going on? Not with your words, no. But in the grand scheme of things, isn't something always going on? Why would you even ask what is going on if you didn't assume that the thing going on was both abnormal and untoward? God damn, I can't read. I'm sorry. Well, now I definitely think something sinister is going on because Because you are obviously trying to distract me with semantics. A tactic I'm sure you're familiar with. Excuse me? Just making a conversation. I know your wife pretty well. You know all her tricks, all her little personality quirks. You're confident that you know everything about her. For some reason, you have no idea where she is right now. What are you getting at? Nothing. Just making sure we both have a clearer view of the situation. Laying out the playing field, as it were. Okay. I'm going to give you another chance. Why don't we start this conversation over again, and you can say the correct thing this time? Sure. Hello. Excuse me, but I would like to speak with my wife, Rose, whose phone I do believe I am calling, as even these primitive human smartphones have acceptably accurate caller ID technology. Sorry, Rose can't come to the phone right now. She's otherwise occupied. Where is she? She's at my place. I'm sorry, what? Rose is extremely ill and should not be leaving the house alone. What is she doing at your place? Chillaxing whilst we discuss the inevitable heat of death, the universe, and the unknowable, solitary nature of human consciousness. I see. If she is capable of such abstract whole mix, why is it that she cannot speak to me? That's a damn good question. One that will undoubtedly benefit from further exploration over the course of the next abstract polemic I have with her. Yes, I admit, I'm just fucking with her at this point. But can you blame me when she's making it so easy? Kanaya loves Rose, but sometimes love just isn't enough. Sometimes what you need is understanding. You are testing my patience sorely, Dirk. Yeah, I've gotten pretty good at that. Just ask my fans. I'm not making a joke. Me neither. I don't really do jokes. Neither do I. I do often make statements which hold varying degrees of irony, acerbic wit, or dry expressions of amusement. Yes, that roughly describes many of the remarks I make as well. I knew you would understand. However, my conversation on this matter should not be mistaken for a gesture of friendship or camaraderie at this moment. Then it seems we are at an impasse. It won't be an impasse for very long. I'm coming over immediately to retrieve my life. If that's what you want, tell her that I'm on my way. Sure, I'll get right on that. I hang up on her. Rose looks up from where she's suffering on the floor. The shadows around her are growing. She stares at me with glassy eyes. Is everything okay? Yeah, just a telemarketer. You know how those Carapacians can be when they want to sell you some chest shit? Impossible to get them off the phone. Dirk, what are you doing? Ugh. The server Mina fled through is a distant speck now. You look back and can't see it anymore. In fact, you're not even sure you're looking in the right direction. You're utterly adrift, continuing your lazy orbit around the black hole. The only thing you are sure of is the fact that the ring of life is freshly pilfered from your not-so-fresh-looking hoodie. It doesn't really bother you, though. It's not like you had any plans for it. Taking it from Arania was, like, a bonus as far as you're concerned. Extra life ring? Nice. Maybe it'll come in handy someday. Scratch that now. The young Condens has it. And is probably hatching bold new plans as we speak. Not that those plans will ever have anything to do with you. Hours and hours slip by. Your eyes start to hurt. The wound in your chest starts feeling numb, and it's disconcerting. It's a disconcerting combination of sensations. After a while, you think about tending to your wound. There must be something in your dad's wallet that you can use to bandage the gash. You eye the wallet and try to imagine what could possibly be inside. What could possibly be inside it that would be of any use on a medical basis? A straight razor? You'd probably fuck yourself up even more if you try to perform surgery. You notice you can't seem to make yourself care about healing yourself long enough to continue entertaining ways to MacGyver your body back to health using nothing but the contents of a wallet belonging to a middle-aged, shaving-obsessed pipe enthusiast. I was gonna say pie, and that kind of fits too, but you put the wallet back in your pocket. A glint of red catches your eye, just ahead. Then it's gone. No, there it is again. Another glint. It's flickering or sparkling in some way. What is that? You drift towards it without urgency, worried that it's exactly what you think it might be. You get close enough to confirm. Yep. 2 small red slippers coated in tiny gemstones. Jade's empty shoes are a depressing sight, but you feel a sense of duty to retrieve them. Might as well. You secure them in the wallet, along with whatever other junk is in there. Your wound is starting to throb again. You can hear your blood in your ears. The rush of your pulse is so loud that it almost sounds like the engine of a rocket sputtering to a stop. Wait. It sounds exactly like an engine of a rocket sputtering to a stop. It can't be. It's impossible, you think. But why would it be impossible? Isn't this what you were out here looking for? Even if you couldn't admit it to yourself? What's the point of denying it now? You turn around. There she is, with her flaming red rocket wings. She hovers in place, not looking a whole... Wait, it's Terezi. She hovers in place, not looking a whole lot different from when you last saw her years ago. Her arms are crossed over her chest, making knife-like angles where her elbows jut out. She's giving you a look of absolute disregard. It's an expression of exasperation. So performative and habitual, it sends bolts of aching nostalgia and fondness through your heart. Dumbly, you raise your hand and give her a dorky little wave. It does not adequately communicate what you're feeling right now, but then nothing else would, you suppose. She waves back, but hearing her voice is what makes it real. Hey, loser! I can't do Terezi's voice. In fact, the only voice that I can do semi-well is maybe Nepeta, whatever you want to say. Customary, we speak in favorable terms about getting to know each other as people. Humans, I mean. I doubt trolls are as fixated on this concept as one that is widely understood to have precognitive merit. The more we learn about each other, the more barriers between us fall, and the closer we become. And since birth, this idea is stationed in the part of each human mind that is perfectly immune to the dangers of challenges or scrutiny. To grow closer, to know each other, is what it means to embrace our mutual humanity, what it means to be vulnerable, what it means to realize the intimacy implied as a form of divine birthright, and to question this in any ways to succumb to dysfunction, to pathological insularity, to sociological sin. It is to renounce humanity itself, is it not? Yo, hold on a sec. This shit is dynamite, I promise. Gotta take care of something. Rose's phone is ringing, and I know I'm in for an encore of my last dead-end conversation with Ganaya, so I block her number. I like to be able to attend to Rose in peace. It's only cordial for me to give the greater percentage of my attention to someone I actually invited over. The nagging wife can hold her horses. Rose isn't speaking to me directly. She's relocated to somewhere in the workshop, a little more comfortable than the fucking floor. There's a serviceable couch along the floor wall, placed there for visitors, but never once used for that purpose until now. I cleared off the spare parts and circuit boards that were piled up there and laid her down in the reclined position she's in now. Her head is in her hands again, hair falling over her shoulders. Her face is entirely hidden from me. Her shadow has faded into light behind her, assuming the shape of a rose-like apparition. I nod to her. She continues. When she speaks, it's almost as if it's the apparition that's doing the talking. But is it really a good idea to know a person? Know them inside and out so thoroughly that no secrets remain? If two people were to know each other in such a complete way, what remains of their individuality? If you're going there, we might as well start at the bottom and define what individual even is. Oh dear God. I place my head on my hand on my chin and broadcast the appearance of being deeply pensive about philosophy all of a sudden. She gulps hard, broadcasting her grim realization that I have indeed become as serious as shit about this. Literally any kind of intellectual pablum could pour out of my mouth any second, and she is not prepared. For all she knows, I'm gonna start quoting Homestuck. I'm not even gonna try. Please don't start quirking. Please don't start quoting Kierkegaard. You've never even read Kierkegaard. We're just gonna go with that. Have you? Like you have? Hey, where I come from, Wikipedia is venerated literature resource. So, if I told you I boned the hell up on his pages, you gotta believe me. That's not meant as like a punchline or anything. I'm a really, really well-read dude. But there were only 2 human beings alive when where you came from. Who exactly were the academic cognoscentai of your era to determine which sources were deemed respectable? That would be me, obviously. Okay. I suppose you're going to tell me that you haven't read enough Wikipedia articles on low to scholarly shit to fancy yourself an elite academic by 25th century standards as well? No, I guess I have. I'd be one of the top intellectuals by that measure. A measure set by, I guess, literally one solitary self-absorbed teen boy with the express purpose of making himself feel clever. Absolutely correct. But pretty astounding when you think about it. That apparently, in any given era, the standard for depth of intellectual mastery is inversely proportional to the depth of the ocean. Really makes you think. Does it? No. That's one hell of an observation, regardless, considering we firmly established the fact that we've both read the entire Wikipedia page on self-determinism, like possibly more than once even. Let's have a totally amateur debate on philosophy. Hit me with the classics. I'll go first. God is dead. That's a good one. Careful where you say that, you could really ruffle some feathers out there. I'm not a fucking idiot. I keep my potential rhetorical weapons of pure logic safely holstered at all times. Ego. I think, therefore I am. Solid. Check it out though. The Hegelian dialect on history. Holy shit, I'm not sure I can keep up with this. How about subjectivity is truth? Wrong, but valid. Let's try this for fucking size. Late 19th century existential phenomenology presupposes that free will is a thing. I don't think I looked like that page. Can't back you up there. But what if there's no free will? You didn't put that in quotes. Is this a hackneyed reference, or are you actually riffing now? I'm riffing. I see. Asking the hard questions. It's about time someone had the balls to. Yeah, I've always been underappreciated for my brutal intellectual honesty. R/, I'm so smart. I'm very smart. Even when I was living alone in the middle of the ocean, if you can believe it. I think free will is a thing, sure. Are you sure about that? We haven't spent the entire day having a feelings jam on how none of us got here by accident. Our lives were meticulously planned from cloneception up through this very post-canon moment we find ourselves riffing in about the very free will we probably don't even have. Do you think it's a little too convenient? This is seriously just a conversation between two stoned people now. The bad kind, where neither one gets to be high. Seriously, Rose, do you think we have a free will? Stand up. She tries to stand up, but I haven't narratively allowed it yet. Her hands don't even move. She tenses, then relaxes onto the couch again, giving up on the attempt. She attributes it to exhaustion, an all-encompassing sense of weakness due to her condition. Of course, she has been weakened by her condition, and thus she suspects nothing. Never mind. You shouldn't be moving around in your condition, remember? I'll sit. I sit beside her and cross my legs casually. It's all done in one fluid motion in a way that serves as a seamless transition between the points I'm making, like a magician asking the volunteer to hold his handkerchief as he continues his verbal misdirection uninterrupted. It's done deftly enough that she doesn't notice how close I end up sitting to her. To be honest, I don't even notice myself until I've done it. I continue speaking. She remains rapt. But now even I can't help wonder where I'm going with this. Logically speaking, individuality is a collection of processes and properties. Ow. Interrelations of matter and experience all bundled together. Your experience and processes don't want to be bundled together anymore. A moment goes by and she's quiet, perhaps puzzling over what I said. Then I remembered I haven't narratively permitted a response. I'm forgetting myself like a fool, distracted by the surprise of my own actions has housed me. I resolve to stay focused and remain in control. I let her speak. I don't understand. You do though. We've been talking about it, but using different concepts. Your ultimate self, which is revealed when the mind's partitions are stripped away. All the potentiality of who you are and what you could have been flowed together. Those are the experiences and processes that are refusing to stay bundled. That's what your body can't endure. The unbundling of itself is your mind coming apart. Because you're not as strong as me. Not yet. But you can be. I'm working on that. But for now, I'm focused on stabilizing you with my own expanded consciousness. It's enveloping you now, in a way you can't see, keeping your thoughts solid, your identity anchored to your physical form as it strains to hold itself together. You can't see it, what I'm talking about, but I can help you. I can help you see what I see, if only for a little while. All you have to do is open your eyes. Maybe what you see will help you through this. Is that what you like, Rose? Her eyes are shut, her look of concentration speaking to the migraine she must be fighting now. Beads of sweat appear on her forehead. She won't respond, and not because I haven't allowed it. Rose, stop being a fucking martyr and open your eyes. Rose opens her eyes. Not her physical eyes. She opens the others easily, internally, beholding a field of perception elsewhere entirely. They see what I want her to see. Oof, hiccup. that which quietly desires to be seen. She loses track of my voice and begins to mingle with these words. I offer her my hand, my physical hand. Without opening her physical eyes, she lifts her hand from her lap and places it into mine. I place my other hand on top of hers and wait as she drifts beyond the torments of her unbundling mind. My words feel like her own inanimate thoughts and my distant voice in the room at the same time. Open your eyes wider. What do you see? We're not in my workshop anymore. Physically, yes, we're still here. But on a higher textual plane, we've pulled back from Earthsea itself. Rose takes a shuddering breath and runs an invisible pair of hands forward by her new sight over the narrative whole cloth and begins smoothing out the wrinkles. I see John doing exactly what you told him to do, like a good boy. What's there to be upset about? You knew this was how it's supposed to go down. He could have made another choice. Then where would we be? Who knows? No, that wasn't a rhetorical question. If John could have made another choice, then you can see what it is. Oh, are there gonna be spoilers? Please don't let there be candy spoilers. If it can happen, then it's been written. And if it's been written, you can read it right now. I don't know if I want to see. If there's no free will, then there's no regret either. Look harder. She looks harder. I'm not going to describe what she sees. First off, that would be spoiling it, unless you already know, and in which case, I guess there's what's taking place here qualifies as something closer to dramatic irony. Oh, now I'm curious. But if you really want to see it yourself, stop doing what you're doing, flip the whole thing over, and begin again. I'll be right here when you get back. Waiting. Trust me, no one's going anywhere. So, what do you think? It's difficult to say. I suppose there are negatives and positives. I can't say if that option would have been better or worse than what we're experiencing now. Whatever our fate unravels, there's too much of something. Too much blood, too much sugar. I almost can't see through it. It's as if our extra canon reality, our surroundings, our actions, and their consequences, they've all lost the ability to blend the ingredients responsibly. Do you know what I mean? Yes. As of the moment we've entered the victory state, everything began to slowly congeal. And when John made his decision, it accelerated the process. The congealing intensified, causing sort of grotesque conceptual clumping, concentrating on the constitute properties of consumption into undesirable doses. Like when you get to the bottom of a sweet drink and all that's left is syrup. It's growing dark around her again. The apparition she's been protecting behind her fades, and she starts to bleed light and shadow in all directions. Her physical eyes are now open and shining bright, like a striking sight. It's a striking sight. She's beautiful, actually. Diaphanous and disheveled and filled with limitless life of meta-spiritual curiosity. But for all the effervescent mysticism of her otherworldly becoming, I feel like this is the very first time I am truly seeing her for what she always been to me. She's my daughter in every sense of the word, my equal, my minor, my mirror. It used to be odd to consider it a technical fact I had accepted as genetic reality, but nothing could ever quite penetrate down to the soul. But in this moment, it doesn't feel strange at all. It feels right, suddenly. And I know she must feel the same way. There's no way she doesn't. All she needs is a nudge in the right direction. We're family. We belong together. And after years of micromanaging the inconsistent and confusing desires of total imbeciles, wouldn't it be a relief to have someone by my side who understood me? Dirk. You're almost there. All your eyes are open, Rose. Now all you need to do is take a step off the precipice. It'll be a long fall, but I'll catch you. But what if the person you catch isn't me anymore? Who gives a fuck? She'll be better. And right there is the moment she lets go. She uncouples herself from the creaking, buckling partitions of her physical mind, and her consciousness dissolves into space more vast, a domain given structure and order by my words and convection. She's permanent, and the barriers between us fall. To allow us to know each other more perfectly, as she was saying before. To resist us, to question it any way, would be to succumb to dysfunction. Goddamn. To pathological insularity. To sociological sin. Would it not be to renounce humanity itself? And yet, ironically, renouncing our humanity is exactly what we have arguably done. Good riddance, I say. Her body should be dead now, but I'm holding it together until I can implement the more permanent solution I have in mind. In due time, for now, what is there to do but savor this moment, to appreciate her final waking minutes as being of flesh and blood? She turns, and the light from her eyes is blinding. It dims a bit as she lowers her eyelids. She regards me with an almost unbearable bright adoration. The kind that's difficult to look at directly, but you can't manage to look away either. It's the first time you see the green sun. Of course it is. Because that's the way I'm describing it. The truth belongs to me. And as of now, so does she. I see it now. You're right. Have you ever not been? A wrinkle on her brow. It smooths up quickly. She murmurs to herself, trailing off quietly. What time is it? I step forward and steady her, hand firm but gentle against her cheek. That's all she needs. A stable anchor. Rose, does time even exist? You already know the answer. Okay. See if I can make it through one more chapter. Maybe. How long is this chapter before I try to make it through it? Okay. There seems to be a turning point. So we're gonna leave it up here, because I don't know if I can deal with that. And the orange text is starting to get to me. That's why it took me so long to get through this chapter and messing up a lot, because the white and the orange were blending together. But it seems like chapter 26 is a turning point. And after this, I'm going to go through the entire thing and see how many chapters there are, because curiosity is killing me and I need to find out. Anyways, that's it for today's stories. If you liked it, if you liked the video, please give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already to join our wonderful galaxy. Comment down below and I'll get back to you in some way or another. And I'll see you for our next adventure. Remember, we're all made of the same cosmic dust, so be nice. Kate, love you, bye!